Are we doing the same old Arsenal, or are we trying something different? We're going to take some different risks.
I think what he's doing is kind of overthinking it.
Let's start today with the game of the week. Manchester City against Arsenal. Arsenal at home, draw 1-1. So that is why it is our top topic.
This is the top topic.
Does this feel like a point gained or 2 points lost for the Gunners? And we were around all the Arsenal fans. You were celebrating really, after Haaland gave up that goal. It was a little bit of a bummer, but
when he scored the goal.
When he scored the goal, yeah. But once Martinelli, of all people,
I've talked glowingly about him for years.
Literally every single week, I'm just like, God. Alexis, can you stop the Martinelli glazing?
Bro, honestly, you thought I was one of the owners of Manchester United. I was a glazer. Here's what I'll say. When it comes to this question, the way I answer it is, what were the feelings felt when the final whistle blew? Were you sad and you feel like, damn, we had a chance there and we let it go? Or are you happy that you didn't get us? And Arsenal were in that second category. Arsenal fans were jubilant at the end of this match because they were the ones who stole back, that point. You know what I mean? We came back. And to do it again with the subs, Mikel Arteta. And we can talk about whether the lineup options are right or whether the subs came early or late enough. But at the end of the day, the subs come in and they're impactful. And that's clearly the reason they went out and got the depth that they went ahead and got.
It's almost as if these substitutes could instead start the game and be on the field when the whistle blows, and maybe they can impact the game sooner.
Now, where are you coming up with these crazy ideas?
Okay. I mean, I don't want to tell Mikel Arteta how to do his job.
Mickey, baby, quick idea we came up with. We were brainstorming.
I don't know. It just seems that the kind of the quality, the kind of the ammunition that you have in the holster, you're not really. Why don't you just use it a little bit sooner?
And it's like you had a cannon this whole time. What are you doing the pew-pews for? But here's the thing: do you think Martinelli is as impactful? Do you think Martinelli feels the pressure to make that run or to be as impactful as he has been last two matches if he's starting? It's a different way of playing Martinelli if he's starting.
Sure. I mean, Martinelli, has been the basically lockdown starter for 2-3 years.
Yeah, and some would say that his effectiveness has been slipping for the last 2 years.
Right, because I know you've been just speaking glowingly about it. You always usually say positive things.
There may have been 1 or 2 moments of transgression.
There might be a couple moments where you slipped up and you criticized a little too harshly.
I Stevie G'd a little.
This is when you see, it feels like Arteta is tinkering a little bit, thinking too much about Champions League, just not. I could see the last few years, and like I said this last year, I think if Martin Odegaard didn't get injured early in the season, last season, I think Arsenal are much closer to winning that title and have a real shot and put in a real challenge against Liverpool.
2 out of the 3 years where they finished second, injuries is what stopped them from being first.
And I think this is what he's worried about. He's playing a little bit safe, not especially after a Champions League midweek match. Let me turn over the roster a little bit. But then it's like you see the players that they have, you see who they signed, and then you see the starting lineup. Trossard on the left wing. Bro, is that what we need right now? Are we doing the same old Arsenal, or are we trying something different? We're going to take some different risks.
Do you remember a pitcher by the name of Greg Maddux?
Of course.
All right. So there's a story about Greg Maddux where he was going up against, I believe it was the Seattle Mariners. He was the Atlanta Braves pitcher. He was going up against the Seattle Mariners. About 3/4 of the way through the season. Both teams are doing incredibly well. Greg Maddux at the time is the best pitcher in all of baseball. So he called his own shots, and he calls for fastball inside. Yeah. And the catcher's like, give me a break. Everybody cut. Yeah. Walks up to him. He's like, dude, what are you doing? That's his favorite hit. He goes, I'm going to throw it as hard as I can. He goes, yeah, but he's going to hit a home run. We're going to lose this game. He goes, yeah, but we are already in the playoffs, and they're already in the playoffs, and they're really good, and we're probably going to have to face them in the playoffs. So it wasn't Seattle Mariners, someone on the East Coast, maybe the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
He goes, we're going to face them in the playoffs, and if we ever get down to 3-2, he's now going to expect a fastball inside, and that's what we're going to get him. Throws the fastball inside, he hits a home run. Come to the playoffs, 3-2, bases loaded. He hits them with the changeup on the outside, swings and misses. They win that game and move on to the next round of the playoffs. So I think that's what Mikel Arteta is doing. For those of you who don't follow baseball, I apologize for that scenario. I think what he's doing is kind of overthinking it. I think he's thinking no one knows what to expect. Right? Remember how progressive and advanced and attacking they were when he started. Yeah. And then they start becoming more defensive, and then they become set piece FC, and everyone's calling him Tony Pulis, right? And now he's also kind of overthinking it. He's trying to do the opposite of what people are expecting him to do in a way where it even confuses us, the fans. And I think that's what's happening now. So give him a chance to figure out what to do with all this depth, how best to use it. But also, Leandro Trossard is an incredible player. I kind of agree with you. Is he the first name I would notch down, thinking about, I'm about to go against City, the team that's essentially been our biggest rival these last few years? Yeah. And no.
Is it a point gained? There's a 2 points lost? I don't know, but it'll be a huge loss for you if you don't hit that like button right now. Especially at that position. I for whatever reason, I feel like Trossard is a better midfielder or better wide midfielder, but I get it. I mean, it just, it just feels, and it's also, again, Manchester City didn't play some weak lineup or whatever. Like, that's the frustrating thing. Even as like a neutral, I want to see the two best teams face each other. All the best players,
the best 11 of each,
especially these two specific teams. So maybe that's like a little bit selfish and obviously not thinking about the midweek matches and maybe there's fatigue and all this other stuff. I don't care about fatigue, right, bro? Just like
I don't even know fatigue, bro. She didn't go to my high school, so I can't really tell you what she's up to, bro. I'll say this: like, I get it. If you're a Manchester City fan and you're going up against Arsenal and you want to beat Arsenal, and you see like an Oscar Bob on that starting lineup, you're thinking to yourself like, "Oh, we ain't even that serious."
But
man's got two first names,
and one
of them's a nickname.
Why you got two B's and Bob? Bro?
Oh yeah. Oh, why you got a nickname as a last name? That's the most professional name.
Also, why are you Dutch?
It don't make no sense.
And name Bob. It just I don't get it.
Is it Bo? Explain to me what your last name is, because I never heard
I'm
no
here
Dutch
to learn.
name.
I'm here to learn.
Look, I'm open. My eyes and my ears are open. I'm willing to learn and unlearn some things.
So, so that's kind of frustrating to see, even before a ball is kicked. And Erling Haaland, I mean, like, the goal that they gave up, and this is what tends to happen to any kind of, like, good team. It's just a scramble. It's kind of crazy. And then
you've got three City players. If you're Saliba and you're Gabriel, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, there's a little bit of, like, especially with we've already seen the history between Gabriel Magalhaes and Erling Haaland, and throwing the ball at his head and all the drawing back and forth and all that stuff. So I felt like Magalhaes lost this battle a little bit.
Well, this was Saliba, actually.
No, because Gabriel went he went deep into the midfield.
Oh, to try to stop
Haaland.
Haaland just laid it off.
Yeah, before like try to stop Haaland before he could connect and build up a play.
This is a big part of Arsenal's game plan, is to keep that high line by counter pressing, and Erling Haaland just saw it coming.
Exactly. And just the ball he laid off to I think it was Oscar Bob, and then he just has a clear run. And then
I thought it was Bernardo.
No, in the midfield. It was Oscar Bob or Reinders. I don't remember who exactly. Who got the assist?
Probably Reinders.
Because we could see it. But he makes that run into the pitch, and that's the thing, is that Gabriel put like a body on Erling Haaland.
Yeah, but does he feel it? That's like a mosquito landing on my shoulder.
And then he turns around and he's running so unbelievably fast that it makes no sense.
Bro.
It's just the strides that he makes are just like how when a tall person walks next to a short person, and they're like, the short person is like panting and they can't breathe. They're like, why are you running? And it's like, I'm just walking on the normal pace. Early Haaland,
slow down.
But yeah, this was
He did get the assist.
Ryan just got the assist. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, man, that was it was impressive, but that's where I feel like Gabriel lost this battle because he sort of bit more than he could chew. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go put a body on him," and then he's like, when you look at how the play built out for Man City, it's just like Gabriel looks silly. Like, why are you so far? Even if you just did not make that go to put a body on him, basically inside their own half, like, and that says a lot about Erling Haaland as well. Look at
that speed is crazy.
The speed, but it's like, look at where Erling Haaland is playing to be able to influence the other end of the pitch.
Yeah,
and that's how quickly he can get back. So the is
speed that he takes off on this like robotic style run. Honestly, the type of run you used to see a lot more when he was at Dortment, but he did it here today.
Yeah, it's the T1000 run.
Yeah.
You exactly. Know the T1000 run.
I had that calculator in school.
Which the hours he has. I love the calculator. Yeah. Also dangerous too.
Very dangerous. Yo, why is this calculator got a man bun, dog? But
Terminator. But
he's running in this like gait that you don't see humans run very often.
Exactly.
And he takes off in a pace, but also his run is so smart to know the defender has to keep up at the high speed because if they slow down, they know they're dead in the water. So if I slow down a little bit, they're going to coast past me and I'm not going to be offside. And it was just a beautifully timed pass, beautifully timed shot, goes right across Raya. So Raya can't really stop it. And as far as I'm concerned, that's a very Manchester City, it's a very emblematic goal of Manchester City and the way they want to play. Now cut to the goal that Martinelli scored. This is a goal from another match.
Sure.
You know what I mean, that was not. I mean, there was much more momentum kind of in Arsenal's corner at that time, but it felt like it came against the run of play in a way. I mean, Eze with a ball, you just don't see. And yo, can we just give Mikel Arteta and Pep Guardiola also a little bit of an applause? These plan everything tacticians are allowing players that have like these exceptional ball skills to be like, look. Here's the plan, but if you got a good idea out there, let me see you cook.
You could throw a miracle ball here and there.
Look,
and I'll be fine with it.
I'm gonna tell you the ABC, but if you want to zip zap zap while you out there, buddy, improvise.
I mean, look, the frustrating thing I think for Arsenal fans is like the players that come into the game are the ones that impact the game and score the goal. So look, at home, Arsenal are a strong team, and I think they've gotten stronger over the last couple of years, especially against a team like Manchester City, which in 3-4 years ago, they're terrified. They're nervous. Maybe they don't win the possession battle. Yeah. Maybe they're just like,
dude. I was at the Etihad when they absolutely pumped Arsenal.
Sure.
So I remember those days of thinking, man, we'll just never be able to compete.
Look, I mean, when you look at the stats, 67% possession over 33.
Who won the XG battle?
Arsenal. 12 total shots. Both had 3 on target. Man City had two big chances versus 1. And 5. Look at this. This should be backwards, right? This is what we used to. Accurate passes. Arsenal, 516. Manchester City, 225.
We made Manchester City bunker ball, bro.
Did they play Burnley?
Yeah. Damn. Yo, Grimsby had a good last Manchester
City. Okay, yeah. I forgot.
That's interesting. I didn't see that. I agree with you. I was looking at the stats after and I showed you the possession.
Yeah.
And I know Arsenal had most of the possession, but it also didn't feel like it because Manchester City felt a little bit more goal dangerous, especially after that goal in the first half. So looking at the stats back now, I'm like, all right, come on now.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So there's some positive there, but yeah, the big issue with Arsenal and Man City is that Liverpool can't stop winning.
No, it's everybody else. There's like 4 or 5 teams with 10 points, and then Liverpool with 15.
A 5-point lead already, and it's the 5th game of the season.
How do they keep getting away with this, bro?
You
could have helped
Everton tried. They tried their best.
You played pretty well, actually.
So,
isn't it crazy? I know we're not supposed to talk about Everton, but I just keep saying this. It feels like of all the things you needed, Jack Grealish was like the perfect piece.
Sure. I mean,
Isn't it crazy? Like literally the player you
I
need.
wouldn't say
Because it's
perfect
not-
is not the word. I
No,
would
no, no.
use.
He's an attacking winger who can carry the ball by himself,
Yeah.
make space for everyone else, which clearly is needed, especially for players like Idrissa Gana Gueye. He's an outlet for Idrissa Gana Gueye. That's not much of a gamble like Beto, but also he has the star power that you need from the stadium. Yeah. I can't really see a flaw.
He plays with a confidence that Everton are not used to.
He's a maverick
having, and then we saw it even against Liverpool. The thing that and clearly the Arne Slot's strategy put two guys on Grealish, and every time he had the ball out on the wing, two players were on him. Which is when's the last time any two players marked any Everton player?
It used to be like, hey, whenever you get the ball, just sit back. They're gonna give it back to you anyway.
Just chill. You won't have to do too much.
Relax. That's a nice little break for you.
So it's a I mean this is the biggest issue for Arsenal. How who is going to step up and hit the brakes on what Liverpool are doing?
What I will say, if I know that Ryan Cherki's injured at the moment, and it's not like Manchester City are perfect, but they do feel like a finalized team. Right, you kind of know what you're getting. Maybe Reinders can fit in the team a little bit more, but for the most part, you kind of understand what you're getting from them. Arsenal still feel like, when all of our players are in good health, right? They still don't have Odegaard back, which is again their best attacking midfielder for a very long time. When Arsenal are at their absolute best, like what you want to see, your best 11, it feels to me like Arsenal would be much, much more better equipped to be able to take this game to Manchester City and be much more effective in front of goal than they were this time. And I think the signs are pointing to Arsenal not just being as good as Manchester City, but not having to have any fear whatsoever walking.
Yeah, I think, but in that sense, this is why I think Pep Guardiola is the manager he is and why he does so well. Tactically, and he has the resume, but I think his style of play lends itself well to protecting the players' health and injuries. That for Man City, they do have injuries. It's not like
Rodri was out for an entire season,
right? But in general, this is why they can get through seasons and win as many titles as they have consistently and year after year. And I think it's and I'm not. It's not to say that Man City players don't play as hard or blah blah blah. It's just a very possession based game. Not really a lot. Maybe some people might find it boring and players pass it back for you. De Bruyne back.
You mean just huff it, mate? Just dribble at somebody, mate.
It isn't again, and Arsenal don't play that way, but whatever. But that style of play, I just think it's this is why they can sustain themselves throughout a season because they're not losing players. Again,
it's not easy to win a treble.
Exactly. Yeah, there's something intentional that you are doing.
You have to be able to keep your best players fit.
Exactly, and then see Odegaard getting. I mean, again, you also can't account for he got injured on international duty and stuff like that. But the the injury that he did have
for segment 2, should we get rid of international?
So that the injury that Odegaard did get was from. I forgot what was the ball. Sort of 3 players crashing into each other.
Shoulder.
I think the Timber was trying to get the ball,
knocked them sideways,
stuff like that. It's
shoulder.
It's just for whatever reason, dumb stuff like that don't be happening to Man City. Outside of Haaland and his foot, he has a foot issue from time to time or ankle.
I've never wanted to see someone's foot less.
No, man. It's it's look, they held them to 1 goal. But honestly, the moment though, because obviously a lot of people watched that Martinelli goal, but we are on stage in Kansas City for on the Fan Fest. I mean, it was really
it was a full release.
And Kansas City, I would say day 1, Chelsea probably the loudest. And then day 2, Arsenal for sure. I mean,
without a doubt.
And the fascinating.
Shouts to the Kansas City Gooners. Shouts to Arsenal America, who really brought everybody they know out. Everybody named Mama. Anyone who's ever owned an Arsenal shirt was there. It
was dope, and even just experiencing that moment. If you go on our Instagram and stuff, and you've probably seen it on Premier League or NBC or something like that. We're on stage there. Everybody's screaming. We're probably playing it right now.
Actually, I want to give you a little credit because we were side stage.
Yeah.
And you were like, "Get up there!" I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm allowed to celebrate this with my peoples."
So, it was a dope moment to experience. Just like when Idris Gay scored that goal. Like that was just a really dope thing to experience. I think we were in classic football shirts.
You ran out.
Yeah, I ran out.
And he never came back. I thought it was like, I'm sure he's coming back.
No, but it was a really, really dope weekend and a great experience just having those specific moments. Because we all remember certain goals and moments like that, but like, that's a very vivid.
Yeah.
How many people were even there? I mean, it was. I feel like
at that moment that felt something like around the 5,000 to 6,000.
Yeah. I mean, this FanFest, the place itself, Kansas City Power and Light District, it was like a little narrower.
Yeah.
Than like the wider spaces. Like Nashville was. I mean, tremendous. It was just so many people. But this was like a little bit more chill, and like the people could be on kind of like there was like a big sky bridge.
There's a sky bridge that was like second level. It felt like you were inside of an arena while being outside.
Yeah. So, but no, just a incredible moment. Yeah. So I mean, Martinelli.
With me and all my best friends in Kansas.
Well, we're in Missouri right now, but yeah, this was
City. You didn't let me finish.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, even though I gave you like 4 seconds.
I'm building tension, you know. Aren't you a comedian? So yeah, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri. See how I put it all together?
It was fantastic. So we are all right. Let's take a quick break because we have to talk about some of the other Premier League matches. There were a lot of crazy results and a lot of crazier fans out in Kansas City.
Fans were wild.
So we'll talk about that right after this.
Welcome back to the Cooligans. Let's talk a little bit about FanFest because this has been absolutely incredible. By the way, the loudest, we've been at 4. We've hosted the 4. This was by far the loudest FanFest we've ever been a part of. I mean, the Chelsea fans, the Manchester United fans, the Arsenal fans, the City fans absolutely tried to hold their own.
Arsenal had the most.
But this was one of those FanFests. It was cool to be back. You know, I haven't done one of these in 2 years for obvious reasons.
I could just tell people why you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, they know. I'm not going to talk about it. But obviously, you know, contracts are different now, so I can do whatever I want. So it doesn't matter what network I work with. So it was so cool to be back. And let me tell you something. There's something about these FanFests that you kind of forget what football means to people and what the community of football means to people. Just seeing all these groups come together and hold their banners up and make signs and, you know, people holding their babies up. I kept telling people to give their babies to Rebecca Lowe. People were like, we should give our baby to Rebecca Lowe.
Just a baby with adoption papers.
No, we meant the whole.
That's a bit much.
Yeah. It's such a cool community thing. And you and I have this cool niche we've created for ourselves where we get to make fun of people's favorite teams to their face, and they laugh and give us thumbs up and point at us and say that was a good one.
I mean, we make fun of their favorite teams. We make fun of our favorite teams.
Of our own. Everybody gets it.
Yeah. I think that's an exciting thing. I think that's why we keep getting asked back. And I think there's a little bit of, you know, I look into the crowd and I sort of see myself as well. Like I'm watching the two Robbies, Tim Howard and Rebecca Lowe, and I'm like, I wake up with them every Saturday.
I look at Rebecca Lowe and I see myself. You know what I mean? That's how I look.
What's good, twin?
Damn, it's like looking in a mirror, right? Right?
You agree, Rebecca Lowe?
Why are you calling security?
No, man. There's a feeling of where we're on stage, but we're like, I mean, you know, I know I can speak for you as well. Like, we have that respect and reverence for what they do, especially when the first FanFest that we did, and we saw like how early they got up, and it's not even it. There's nothing about the show that is just like, hey, just wake up and just, you know, chat about footy. You don't even understand the level of preparation before matches. They have all these damn papers. I'm like, Rebecca, what are all these papers?
I mean, I kind of understand a little bit from the CBS gig, right? And it was like having to have like notable information and the comfort to bring it up. But what they do is so much more surgical. Yeah, it's not a conversation. You have to get like within the second to break to the next thing.
Yeah, and then on top of that, there's not a stumble. Nobody has like a little bit of like, I don't know exactly what to say right in this moment. They go for like 4 or 5 hours, nailing it all the time.
Yeah, and they know like, oh, Christian's gonna talk now, and then it comes back.
Yeah. And never know. and they're also up at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
to prep for the show,
and they're all so good looking. It's honestly a little offensive.
Like, yo, chill out with all that.
Why don't you just get a little pouch, just a little belly?
Who's gonna be the first one to let go?
Robbie Hurl, why you got abs?
You don't need.
I've met you later. You happy, bro?
Robbie Earl is like 72 in like a 39-year-old body. He's not 72.
He's not 72, but he is very. He also might be in a 29-year-old body.
He looks fantastic.
It's so good.
So yeah, look, if people are not aware, obviously, if you didn't watch this weekend, obviously you do all the they do the fan fest in all the different cities, but started Saturday. And obviously into Sunday, we're up at like essentially 4 a.m.
And this is a logistical nightmare.
Yeah, so we have to be up really early to do sound check, and the doors open at 5 a.m. So you know, at 5 a.m. Central, and then that's when we go to work, and we're on microphone, we're interacting with everybody, we're telling everybody where to go, what to do, what's available at the Fan Fest, where to go to the shop at the store, where to get the Fan Fest jersey. And
right, but what separates us from anyone you could hire to be like, read this list of activations and where to go, is that our job is to be personal with the audience, build that rapport, get people laughing, having a good time. Like the host of a really good comedy show, the audience should be happy that you're coming up and who you're going to bring us next. You know, what another great comedian are you going to present for us? And that you have to be the one that they love and they have a good time with. So we feel that pressure of having to do that. And this is exactly what it was, man. It was such a good time.
And instead of us bringing up another comic, we're bringing up the two Robbies.
Right, the two Robbies. They got no bits.
They got the
they do that. And that seems to go a long way.
So, I mean, it was nothing but incredibly fun. And it's always an honor to do it. It's every time like we're on stage and like Robbie's like shaking our hands, or Tim Howard also handshaking. I mean, handshakes are a big thing out in the Premier League.
Imagine you went to shake someone's hand and then like a large pillow smacked you across the body. That's Tim Howard's hands.
I mean, pillow is not even
it's very hard, but I'm trying to think of something
like
that has
one of those
shape.
Really flat pillows.
Or you know what? Like a hockey goalkeeper's mitt. Hit you in the hand. You're like, where did the rest of that hand come from?
I would say, I don't know if you would agree, but the most aggressive, strong handshake that I received this weekend was from Bournemouth legend Steve Fletcher. Steve Fletcher.
Are you trying to beat me in a negotiation for a house?
It's the Trump how he pulled Putin in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why are you so strong and aggressive about this?
And then he's looking you in the eye. He has a very intense face, right? Yeah. But he's complimenting you. But if someone was filming it from far away, it would look like he does not want you dating his daughter.
Why is he yelling at his child?
Yo,
he's
a large aggressive Brit.
And Steve Fletcher was a striker for Bournemouth for years. Just so he's the ambassador. I believe he's on the assistant coaching staff as well for the team. But yeah, and he had a bunch of great stories, and hopefully he'll do the show at some point soon.
We're talking to him.
Yeah, he was awesome. But everybody, we hung out with obviously the OGs, Alan Shearer.
Got to watch a game with Alan Shearer and Jermaine Defoe. And by the way, the feed they gave us was the one without the announcers. So they just took over announcing the game. But the way Jermaine Defoe and Alan Shearer announce a game is they criticize the strikers, and each of them criticize them differently. And here's a big shock. They each want those strikers to be like them. So Alan Shearer's like, nah, man, he should have played off the shoulder and done this and that. And Jermaine Defoe's like, no, get in behind and do this. And I'm like, oh, each of you want them to be you.
Yeah. There's different ways to play the same position.
I was like, you know what you could do? And they looked at me like, this is not your moment. You know?
Not right now.
Back to the breakfast burritos for you, funny man.
It's like two surgeons having a conversation about how to do an operation.
Yeah.
It's like,
the janitor's like, yo, you thought about that? No? Back to sweeping up.
So, yeah, moments like that are just really cool. And I think we notice it more because we're effectively like the bridge between the cast and everybody that's on the broadcast and the fans themselves. So, I mean, how many times did you get stopped and being like, yo, can you tell Jermaine Defoe to come by? I just need to...
One guy said to me, he goes, is Alan Shearer still here? And I said, yeah, I think so. He goes, all right, tell me what room he's in. I want to tell him what this goal meant to me. Like, I literally said to in front of his friends and his family, they were all like, please don't ask Alexis this. And I had to tell him, like, under no circumstances am I allowed to do that.
It was a guy Well, all due respect, I'm sure he's a great guy and does incredible work. He was talking about building mini pitches or like all over the world and stuff like that, like charity work. But he was like, "Can you get me in touch with Tim Howard? Like, is he gonna have a time to speak to people?" I'm like, I don't know. Tim.
Yeah, I don't think NBC sets aside Shark Tank moments.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? You're not gonna be able to get in front of these four to pitch your mini pitch idea.
I mean, I'm sure you do amazing work. Look, a solid DM might be the best way to reach.
It's like asking, get the script in the hands of Rebecca.
I need to get this project made.
I'm struggling here.
This is my last Fan Fest. Was my last opportunity.
Right? The movie is called Killer Cheerleader. I don't think Rebecca is gonna enjoy it, but I need to get this thing made, man. I've lost my house.
Okay, my wife doesn't believe in me. So there was a lot of that, and it's just so fun and funny. Because to them they're like these legends that are untouchable, and we're just two doofuses on microphones.
So they come down and be like, these doofuses will help us connect to these legends.
This is gonna be my bridge. It's gonna be my end. But yeah, it's and the cool thing this time around, I think, because Kansas City was so electric, and the fan fest itself I think this is the first one we've done that's been enclosed. So it's not necessarily, there's definitely it's not totally enclosed. There's like a canopy type of thing.
It's like an outdoor space with a canopy, kind of like in Vegas if you go to the strip.
Yeah. So if you saw the broadcast, there were like drone shots that you could see of this. So this similar to a lot of MLS stadiums, a lot of stadiums in general, where the sound, Dortmund has this, right, where the ceilings are sort of angled down, so the sound kind of stays in. And this was, bro, I mean, sometimes some of the matches when it got loud. It was deafening.
It was like it added to the excitement in such a big way.
Yeah. So that part of it made it so much more like you just sort of felt the moment a little bit more. So that's why I applaud the fans that came there, because there were people there that were there since 4 a.m. or lined up at 2 a.m. And were there just with the same amount of time that we were. Because that Saturday was legit roughly 12 to 13 hours that we were on stage. So shouts to,
we're struggling right now.
So shouts to you guys. So all of it was great. And we got a lot of good feedback as well. So that
I was like, stop complimenting.
It felt good just to, no, more than anything, it's like, all these legends and all these players coming in, and you see everybody stopping them for selfies and autographs and all this other thing. But people were coming up to us like, thank you for this. Like, there was one guy that said, like, if you guys weren't here, I don't even know what this would have been like. And I don't even know if this would have been.
I got to tell you, one guy's like, you have no idea how big a fan of you I am. And he's wearing a Tottenham shirt. And I go,
that says a lot.
Bro, that's got to be hard for you. He's like, you have no idea how hard it is.
Those are always the best fans to earn.
He's like, dude, I want to hate you so bad, but I'm such a big fan of yours. I think you're so funny. And, all you do is make fun of my team. And yet I still love you. So it's really cool, man. Thank you for everyone who stopped.
Shout out there. Thank you, everybody who said hello or give us a nice shout. And shout out to everybody at NBC and Premier League, Peacock, everybody, whole staff, the crew.
Shouts to Robbie Earl, Robbie Musto, Robbie Howard, and Robbie Love. You guys are the best.
The four.
Sure those are your names, right?
We're friends. We remember names.
Bro, we're like on a first name basis with all four Robbies, bro.
All the right. That's the best part. We don't even got to remember.
Cool thing is, I say Robbie. They know what I'm talking about. Sometimes Robbie Love turns around and go, he's talking to me.
Yeah, that's how we thought. That's his accent.
That's our accent.
So shout out to everybody. All right. Go on our socials and stuff like that. We have a lot of great videos and photos and stuff like that from the weekend. But let's talk a little bit about some of the other matches in the Premier League.
Let's talk about Manchester United, Chelsea.
This is the drama I need in my life,
bro. This was like, like when your girl wants to hook up two of your friends, and you're like, no, don't do that. That's the most toxic male I know, and that's the most toxic female I know. But then you think to yourself, you know what? the forward should go out to eat because I kind of just wanted to see this play out.
You know what? I'm tired of Broadway shows.
Yeah.
I need to see.
I need a different type of entertainment.
I need something a little bit more interactive.
I want to be involved. I want to be part of Exhibit A. And that's exactly what this was. This was like two very toxic fan bases in the way of like they're just going through a lot. You know what I mean? They're in different areas. They're in different eras.
Sure. Every player in Chelsea is in a long-term relationship with their team.
They're getting paid 12% of their contract every year for the next 45 years.
Okay.
You know? And then you got Manchester United, which is just who knows what's happening.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have a new coach or are you gonna have a new roof? You know? Who knows?
The first thing, honestly, first impression of this game were, why is it raining so much? Why are we allowing?
How are you allowed to play in this torrential downpour?
Unbelievable. I guess, I mean, the draining system at Old Trafford must be fantastic because the pitch, I think here
we found one thing working well at Manchester United. This is great.
Okay.
The drainage system.
So this is and if this was in the U.S., this game would be waterlogged. You could not be able to play a game here.
If it rained like that in the Bronx, there'd still be boats driving up and down, Fordham Hills.
So that was
Road.
A bit of a shock. But then, obviously, 5 minutes into the game, goalkeeper was Sanchez, Robert Sanchez, right?
He makes such a weird mistake. What a moment to get to really aggressive.
It is a mistake, and I want to give credit actually. Before that, the guy who wins the header to that and passes the ball to Mbumo, Benjamin Sesko. Bro, we talked about his ups. We talked about the under the leg dunk and
NBA,
NBA hops. He got the NBA hop, and he jumps.
He's at least G League, bro. You know what I mean?
And he jumps. Who does he jump over? I believe it was the goal scorer. I forgot who scored. But he jumps and wins that ball on perfect pace.
Yeah, perfect.
And in the path of Mbumo, and Mbumo, all he has to do is take a couple touches, and then. But yeah, Sanchez
runs out, completely clatters into him, takes him out by the legs, and Mbumo very smartly pushes the ball forward. And is it a red card?
I mean,
yes.
But that's not the question we're going to be asking here.
Judge, allow me to present alternative ideas. Okay, what I'm looking at is the official here. Could you get away with giving Sanchez a yellow? And why I say that is because there was a hesitation before he actually takes the red card out of his pocket. And the way I look at it is, why not allow it to go to VAR and go look at it to at least give yourself, just give me 1 second. Because even if it stays a red, give yourself the out so that it doesn't feel like you're taking over the match. It doesn't feel like you're making the match about yourself, which is something that nobody wants refs to do. Nobody wants refs to be this influential.
Yeah.
Is it a red? Yes. Could you give a yellow and allow it to go to VAR, go look at it and go, you know what? That's a red. Or not call it, go to VAR and call it a red. And then you almost blame the situation itself. You don't blame the official. And in this moment, it feels like the official kind of got too involved too early.
No, okay. So the only reason I think you're even bringing this up and suggesting that there could have been some sort of mistake is because the red came in the 5th minute. I'm assuming that impact of a game, like who wants to see a team playing with 10 men for 85 minutes?
The foul calls for a red, but for an official to see that where. I don't know. The rain is crazy.
Yeah.
You saw they can't even see each other.
That's the thing. A red in the 99th minute it's a red in the 5th minute.
Yes, I get it. But
yeah.
If I'm a ref, I think, you know what? Hey, tell me to go look at the screen. Just so that, you know what I mean? The vibe of the game.
Yeah,
I'm trying to cover my
I don't want people to be mad at me. I'm getting texts from the PGMOL.
Buddy, I'm supposed to go get drinks with some of these players afterwards, and they're not going to want to come with me now.
You got to make it awkward with me?
Yeah, I'm on the list. You know how hard that is?
So, no, it's a red. It's just such a ridiculous decision from Sanchez. There's no real.
Yeah, it was really stupid. I mean, it isn't stupid. I get the sense of wanting to stop an attack. and you're about to get scored on. There's just no way around
There's
it.
no excuse for it. Yeah.
But you can look at your players who gave up the header, the defender who gave us up the header to Shesko, and go, "What are you doing?" You know,
it was Trevor Chalobah, by the way.
Yeah, Chalobah.
So I mean and again, the stupidity of Robert Sanchez, I think, is dwarfed by Casemiro's stupidity. Again, a messy, rainy game. He gets an early yellow, and then the second one,
he scored a goal, and everyone's like, "Yo, we never hated Casemiro, bro."
Just like just like Alexis never spoke ill of Martinelli.
And you can't find the tape.
Never said anything negative about Casemiro.
I'm not on the list.
Everybody was like, "I love how much he's getting paid. This is why he's getting paid this much,
bro." At this point, kind of feels like a discount. You know,
you know what? Pay raise. Yeah. You're getting more.
Yeah, you're getting Casemiro more. Terrible joke.
No.
But in that moment, you see what Casemiro does, and it's like he has these boneheaded moments that he did not have at Real Madrid. Or can I present you this other evidence?
Oh boy, I can't wait.
Did he just get away with it at Real Madrid?
Oh,
and he can't get away with it here.
Didn't know Mike Grella was with me on the show, dog.
You know, if he doesn't add that noise, I'm just gonna look like an idiot.
That is, maybe that's a possibility. Maybe it's obviously Real Madrid.
You think he's confused? He's like, "What are you talking about, buddy? I used to get away with this all the time."
Maybe it's style of play, maintain the level of possession that Real Madrid had. His role. He didn't have to do the things that he currently does at Real Madrid. I mean, they're asking much more of him, and he's just at a place in his career where you look bad in the Premier League. And some people say like that the second yellow wasn't deserved. I completely disagree. It's like it's one of those things of the ref knows you have a yellow. You know you have a yellow.
Maybe you could argue. I don't remember the first yellow. Maybe you could argue that
there was a tackle on Enzo Fernandez.
You could literally draw it for me, and I won't remember it. But there's no way you look at that second yellow and just say that's not. It's a yellow every day of the week. It's a yellow. That is a yellow tag. Why are you doing that? He's holding on to the defender. He's throwing him to the ground.
And it wasn't like super aggressive, but he stopped a promising attack. He did get the ball, but what do you of course you're gonna get the ball if you're pulling the dude from and
you
behind.
know, like if you like just grab a player's shoulder, they'll be like, there was none of it. You literally were holding on to this man's chest, whipping him backwards. He landed on top of you.
It was like
it's hard to say you didn't foul him when he landed.
You know
on
when
top
you hug
of
somebody from behind and give them like a warm embrace, like that's kind of
how we say hello to each other.
Okay.
That's how I walk into the studio.
Dumb. But as soon as that he got that red, I was like, that's it. United losing this game. I mean, one red card is basically two for them, right? Like,
can I tell you the moment I knew that even if Manchester United would have gotten 2 reds, they wouldn't have lost this game?
When is that?
The moment Enzo Maresca, whose wife I told he was a good coach.
Yes, you did say that. Yes, in a public setting.
I made everyone uncomfortable, including his children.
You didn't just whisper it.
The moment he took Cole Palmer out.
Oh, wait, no. Well, Cole Palmer was injured. Yeah. So
he wasn't injured.
He was injured. Yeah, he left.
No, he was frustrated at being subbed out.
No,
I don't remember him being injured at all.
I thought it was an injury.
No, he got subbed out for to make it more defensive.
We couldn't hear the broadcast because we were like doing a bunch of other stuff.
No, look, he's not injured at all.
He left in the 21st minute. There's no real reason why he would have.
Because they wanted to rejigger the team, the lineup.
No, because
correct me if I'm wrong.
I remember Robbie Musto saying not fully fit or something like that when I was listening. When I caught him say that. So I'm
all right. Well, then I take everything I said back.
Sure.
You know what? I don't take back what I said to his wife. Me and his wife had a lovely conversation where I basically tried to rinse him up through his wife.
So he's like, "Can you give him my number?"
What room is Alex sharing? Man, that's going there.
No, but I thought after the Casemiro red card was just like they won the game, but it's still like, guys, figure this out, man. This is like getting ridiculous.
Can I tell you something that really upsets me? Is that all right? Football is a global sport now. Premier League probably has the most eyes on it across any other global league. Why don't these coaches know that? Why don't these coaches know that narratives are sometimes just as important as 3 points? put Garnacho in
that's
at
what
Old
you
Trafford,
got. What are you
man?
doing, Enzo?
Enzo, we trying to
Come
sell
on.
some tickets.
Bro,
How many people you want to see get laid off at Old Trafford?
this is
Manchester United?
you know, this is like if you're watching some HBO drama, you don't not make this move. This is
If
what
you
you
were the
do.
producer of the Real Housewives of Chelsea, London, you'd say, "Hey, I know you do get along, but just for the camera, call her a." You know,
when Garnacho was put on screen at the fan fest, man, the boos were
visceral.
I was like, why is this so loud? I mean, like he was.
His coach told him he didn't want
What
to
did
no
he do?
more.
Exactly. He just like wasn't that good, and maybe he was young, and maybe made a couple like bad decisions. I guess I don't know. Maybe locker room stuff. But bro, it was
The
like
United fans have a chant that call him like a money grubbing W word that rhymes with more.
okay.
You know.
Well, yeah. So that was strange, but it would have been quite entertaining.
That would have been the moment if Garnacho comes in and scores the match equalizer even at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
The place where he was told he wasn't wanted. Scenes, bro. That's the first thing we talked about on this podcast.
They were trying there. And then let's just wrap up this segment with the Merseyside derby.
right.
Liverpool.
I'll take a break here.
Yeah. Liverpool win 2-1. I mean, there's not too much to say outside of like it is Everton's first time like with this new squad at Anfield, and Liverpool, especially they just had who they play in Champions League that had the late winner. I forgot who they played. But this is just the streak that Liverpool are on. We just talked about it in the last episode. Like how long can they keep getting away with this? Well, one more game. They got one more game.
Is it Atletico Madrid?
I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
So the I think a lot of people were kind of we were talking to Graham Stewart, Everton legend, before, and he was like, we were asking him like, oh, how do you think they're gonna do?
He's like, first 15 minutes.
For 15 minutes, all you gotta do is just.
If we can handle that, I think we'll be fine. Guess what they couldn't handle? That.
Right, give it up an early goal, 10 minutes to Gravenberch.
But this is one of the games that I watched with Jermaine Defoe and Alan Shearer, and it's so weird when they have the same thoughts I do because they're pros. You think they see the game differently. But all we kept talking about was just the runs Hugo Ekitike makes.
Yeah, he's very good.
Why do you even need Isak, bro?
It's just like you spent all this money. You already got like a great striker, but
it's crazy. It's like having two minivans. Like you only have one family,
right,
bro.
Right.
It don't make sense.
So the rich go the spoils. Liverpool are going to be very, very dangerous going forward, especially once Alexander Isak gets gets his feet under him and gets settled at Liverpool. Yeah. And Everton did, I think, what they could. They had a good second half. Mm-hmm. Couldn't find the second goal, but
Everton played well. Everton showed well. But this was
first 30 minutes were not good enough. And every Everton fan I spoke to, and every Everton former player I spoke to, pretty much said the same thing. But
what's the weight on Braithwaite?
I think October.
Or is it Braithwaite?
Braithwaite.
Braithwaite.
So that was my issue with like Michael Keane. I've said this a bunch of times. You know, the way Alexis speaks about Martinelli, I might speak about Michael Keane the same way.
Glowingly, you love.
I love everything he does. He scored some incredibly important goals, but as a defender, there's just too many just too many issues, too many lapses in judgment, and again the runs from Gravenberch and from Ekitike, especially Ekitike, was just pretty much a flawless run. But it's getting in behind Michael Keane, and Tarkowski is like, all right, let me get back there and try to stop this sort of promising attack, and then ends up getting burned. So but a good game, and that was the first game of the Fan Fest. So to open it up with the Merseyside derby, and shout out again to all the Everton fans for showing love, but even Liverpool fans showing love as well.
That set the stage for a wonderful weekend, man. What a way to open
it was incredible. So even though the Everton lost, still 7 points so far in the season over 5 games. I ain't worried. We good.
Were you there when they said that the Premier League is deducting 10 points from them for losing against Liverpool?
I guess Rebecca Lowe announced that. Yeah.
Damn.
I can't believe they did that. All right. Let's take a quick break and we'll talk a little bit about NWSL and our time at the Kansas City Curry match.
Welcome back to the Cooligans. Christian, let's talk a little bit about our time going to CBKC Stadium to watch Kansas City Current against Seattle Reign in what would be a title clinching match.
Yes, they won the NWSL Shield presented by CarMax.
I say the whole name,
you gotta
bro.
say the whole thing, the full government, bro.
They're a royal, okay? So you have to say the middle name, the suffix, and the prefix.
It's hilarious because like the homie Sebastian Salazar was doing the trophy presentation, and every moment he mentioned the Shield, he had to say presented by CarMax.
Yeah.
So
that's some respect, bro.
I mean, we're giving CarMax such free publicity.
Yeah.
but
this is why they did it.
They did because you're not allowed legally. You're not allowed to say
that. They knock on your door, bro. They actually take your car from you.
So obviously we're doing the Fan Fest and everything, but on Saturday. The Kansas City Current are playing and Sporting Kansas City. You're playing in the same day, like an hour apart.
Sporting Kansas City playing too late for us.
Yeah.
We gotta go to bed
very early. So we were like, all right, let's go to CPKC Stadium.
And also, we'd never been, and it would have been an exciting moment to go check it out. And what a beautiful stadium.
Yeah. Thank you. We actually did get invited to the Sporting Kansas City game by the supporters, the KC Cauldron. Thank you so much for the invitation. But yeah, we obviously it would have been impossible because we would have not woken up for the Fan Fest, and it would have caused a lot of other issues.
You're not playing really well right now. We
So,
really want to go through that.
And you lost as well. But I've heard Jersey University Park was still sold out. And
of course. Cool. Great support. Great.
But yeah. We go to see the Kansas City Current, and it was like the game was great. They ended up winning 2-0. So we go see the game. Davinia scores a penalty, and Shawinga scores a header on a scrappy kind of a wild play. But getting to see it's the first. It's the first women's soccer stadium in the country, right?
In the country, the first, official.
Yeah. So, and you feel it in Kansas City when you're just even walking around. Like the team is very important to the city.
Yeah, we would make the announcement on stage. Sometimes there's fans of all different soccer teams, so you want to bring them together. You could say Kansas City Chiefs, they all go crazy. You could say Rock Chalk or Mizzou, and they kind of boo. But for the most part, they're kind of having a good time. If you say Sporting Kansas City, you get a pop.
Yeah.
But if you say KC Current,
yeah,
you get a big pop, and that's kind of really cool because you're looking out. It's not like it's just a bunch of women wearing the kits, no, it's like everyone,
dudes,
both parents, children, everyone, dudes, women, everyone, and in between, everyone's wearing Kansas City Current. It's the most common. I saw that way more than I saw Sporting Kansas City, and that's not disrespect to Sporting Kansas City because there was a lot of Sporting Kansas City. I'm just saying there was a ton of KC Current, and that just goes to show how incredible they've done in this market.
Yeah, I loved it. We were sitting next to the supporter section. I don't know what the dude's name is, but the guy that wears the blue, teal face, and the glittery red beard, so we weren't far from him. So it was just like it's one of the things of like, man, I'm glad I got to see. I see him on TV all the time.
Yeah.
And seeing him in the supporter section.
They got cool chants, but there was also a moment where we were sitting over by the corner flag, maybe 4 or 5 rows up, and Lola Bontes starts stretching.
Yeah.
So me and Christian are like, oh, that's our friend.
That's the homie.
It's not even like, oh, that's a player we know. This is our friend, okay? So we're like, how do we get their attention without disrupting them at their job?
Yeah.
They're at work. So, Christian, would you mind showing the people what you were doing?
So Lola Bontes is probably, at the closest, she's probably like, I don't know, 20 feet.
I was going to say 25.
25 feet away from us. But warming up with the bench and everybody. And I go, low.
At one point, he went low.
Low. Which I'm trying to get her attention without making a big ruckus or scene for the rest of the people watching.
But even if my name was low, that sound wouldn't have shook me to be like someone speaking to me. It sounds like someone making noises.
Yeah.
So I said, let me show you that stuff.
It was embarrassing.
And then I said, hey, yo, low. And everybody in our section, in the other section of the corner, except Low.
Everybody but Low turns around.
Security, players on the pitch, everybody looked at me.
Low Levanta, I've learned this very quickly, is so locked into a game,
bro.
And I would say, you know how when you're playing in the midfield and you check your shoulder because you want to see who's behind you. When she's on the bench, she is, or even she's warming up, she's doing her stretches, boom, stretch, boom, stretch, boom.
Who that? Don't
Stretch,
know.
no, who's that?
Out of my way. Why
Watching
you
the
here?
game, watching the game,
Yeah.
stretching, watching the every 3 seconds. She is turning to watch what her teammates are doing.
It's absolutely incredible.
Could not get her attention
She
at all.
don't hear the
She
crowd
doesn't-
at all.
She's not. Bro,
you ain't in my purview, dog.
tunnel vision,
Yeah.
solely focused on
Me and
the
my
men.
soldiers. That's all I'm thinking about right now.
And that's the thing, is that there were other players that were like, some people were calling the name or just like trying to get their attention, and they'll be like, "Oh wait, Lil Wayne."
You know what made me confident that she'd see us is there was Long is her name. She's a striker.
Yeah.
Mary Long.
I don't know.
I believe her name is
but
Mary Long.
Her
Yeah,
last name was Long,
she's
yeah.
local player. I think she's a rookie this season. But she was running, and someone yelled her name, and she looked up, family member or friend, and she waved, and I said, "Well, if Mary Long could do that, then clearly Lola Bont is going to look up and see her two friends. She might run into the stands."
Right.
It didn't happen. She honestly, she ran past me. I go, low. I'm screaming. I don't even want to scream out loud now because I'm in a hotel room. Yo, the dude in front of us turns around laughing. He's like, "Yo, you definitely from New York, bro." He was laughing so hard, him and his lady. And Lo,
No, we could not. Literally, could
if
not.
I told Lo we were there yelling her name, she would have been like, "I didn't even know there was a crowd." Honestly, I had no clue.
I was concerned that the seats were empty at the stadium.
She's like, I called Roger nervous that the club might not survive. Sold out. We've never sold a ticket before in our lives.
Yeah. So that was great. And then she entered the game, and then there was no opportunity to get her attention.
One of my favorite things she did, I know we're going a little long, but a player had gotten injured. I believe it was Sharples.
Okay.
She had a bit of an injury. She landed on the floor. Lowe went over, and like other players were concerned and went over, and she got them, "Hey, get out of here, go get hydrated or whatever." And she told like other players, like, "Go do this and go do that." She was like running the scene, like a head EMT.
Sure.
Like she was like the captain on the pitch at that moment to help the player while the physio was working on her, and it was like very somewhat motherly, if you will.
Okay.
And also, that moment was like, you ever go to your ma, and she's like, in the middle of the supermarket, ma, that's Low. Low locked in. She's like, I don't hear my kid.
Yeah. I mean, also there was no Sharples is not on Kansas City. I forgot who. It was either Haley Mace, or there was another injury. I forgot who it was, but
was it Sharples?
No. Lauren Barnes or something. I forgot who it was. But anyway.
My bad if I made a mistake.
No, all good. But yeah, so and then they lifted the NWSL Shield, which was really
I left
cool.
at that.
You left.
I was falling asleep.
I like falling asleep, but I stayed for that, and the trophy presentation was fun because Jessica Berman, NWSL commissioner, did the trophy presentation.
Boy, do people love her!
And we all remember what happened with the game where it was over. It was too hot.
Yeah,
and it was postponed for several hours.
So they made it hot for her.
That was in Kansas City.
Yeah.
And allegedly the reports saying that she kind of threatened a fine if the game was not played because it was airing on CBS. It was a whole thing, and the supporters, the Casey Curran supporters, let her know. So as soon as he got onto the mic, Sebastian Salazar said, "Oh yeah, here's the NWSL Commissioner Jessica Berman to give the award." And the boos were raining strong. It's just like there's something to, NWSL commissioners get booed. We understand.
Every commissioners
get booed in a lot of sports, but I think there's something to this. Maybe this isn't necessarily a fair assumption with women's sports. There tends to be a stronger sense of unity because like we're all trying to keep the sport alive and keep the league alive and stuff like that. But when people do wrong, there's something where you think, oh, in women's sports they wouldn't boo the commissioner because they're all trying to. It's all rising tide lifts up. No,
you wrong, son.
The boos were very, very loud. I thought Jessica Berman handled it as well as possible. She sort of acknowledged that she was being booed without saying anything in a mean tone and stuff like that. So it kept the trophy presentation kind of like just at least going in a cordial way. But yeah, it's definitely something that has to be kind of addressed and sorted out because people are still quite upset, especially when it comes to player safety.
Hey, you buy a ticket, you can let them know how you feel.
So, but the Yeah, I mean, it was great to see the celebration. And then one of the cool things that I really wanted to make sure why I wanted to go is because of the press box, the Grant Wall press box.
So we didn't know we'd be able to get in the press box, which is one of the reasons why I left. But I'm glad that at least you got to see
yeah.
that.
So I got to take a photo with obviously Grant Wall, a dear friend of us, friend of the show, and an important figure in sports and soccer. You know, to a lot of people. So that was just a really cool thing. So shout out to Casey Curran. It was a really great thing that we just got to do. I'm glad it was like just a part of this trip because we've had so many awesome things with Premier League related stuff and meeting all these people. But and we also got Roger Espinoza was part of the broadcast for the Premier League.
He knew who we were. Of course, he knows who we are. But it was cool for him to go, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, it was it was dope. He was like, "Oh yeah, I see these guys all the time." Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? We're on Roger Espinoza's FYP, bro.
Yeah, bro.
So
he swipe and then he stops when it's one of us.
So you love to see it, man. So shout out to everybody at Casey Curran and the NWSL Shield champions. Presented by CarMax. So good for them. All right, let's wrap up there, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Cooligans. I hopefully our sultry voices kept you comfortable. But yeah, this Fan Fest has been.
Hopefully, we made sense.
Yeah. This Fan Fest has been one of our favorites. Really dope. Just again, Kansas City, incredibly loud. Thank you for all the love to everybody. There might be some new listeners.
Yeah, if you're listening or watching it based on having seen us up on stage, hit that like button. Hit that like and subscribe and put in the comments. Put in the comments that you were at Fan Fest. We'd love to see it.
Let us know. All right. So we appreciate y'all. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, like Alexis said. Make sure you follow us on all socials at Soccer Cooligans. Hit us up on Instagram, Blue Sky, wherever. Okay, we're out the TikTok. You know how it is.
The TikTok.
We're doing all the great dances on there. You're gonna love it. So we'll see you back in New York on Thursday. We have there's obviously a big weekend in MLS coming up this upcoming weekend. So we'll talk about all of that. And all right, we'll see you in a few days, everybody. Peace. Thank you.
Love you guys.
Look, the Kansas City Current are a strong squad. Yeah. NWSL Shield champs. But if you want to talk about an NWSL champ like Sam Coffey, we spoke to her a couple days ago. Go check out that video. All you have to do is click on my face. You want to watch that interview.
Hey, you want to subscribe? Click on my face.